For 2 years, I've said it over and over, gold first, gold first, gold first. I've repeatedly stressed not to use leverage. I've repeatedly stressed not to use leverage. It's just pressure, just pressure. Can't even trade anymore, damn it. What if you can't trade? It's a mess. This is called a clearing drop, a clearing style drop. If it doesn't drop, accounts can't clear, and banks will go bust. Gold prices rising will never be a straight line going up. Every dip or crash is just a chance for you to get on board. Spot it, hold it, then ignore it. Let it drop if it wants, I don't care, it won't drop forever. It's been steadily rising for years now, and then suddenly, after just 2 days of it dropping, you act like you can't handle it at all. Honestly, you guys just really do not understand what's actually going on here. Gold dropped 10%, silver dropped 20%, maybe 30%. Then you collapse, you go crazy like Wang is an idiot. Damn, you're the idiot. Look at me, did I fall? Damn, I've been shouting to buy gold for 2 years. Whenever I bought it, I always told myself, just let it drop to that price, go ahead, I dare it to drop that far. Screw that. Honestly, I just do not believe it will keep dropping after they are done with Iran. Like how jade needs careful carving, today's sharp drop will really show you the truth. Sometimes you just have to wait and see. The market can be unpredictable, but I stand by my decision. Why Wang is so carefree and composed, enjoying life, but you, many lost money. I saw someone lose over $1 million. They're jumping off buildings now. Why are you like this? I know why, and you will too after this. You're just inexperienced. I've repeatedly stressed not to use leverage. I've repeatedly stressed not to use leverage. If you use leverage, of course you're the one jumping off a building. You know, COMEX is the New York Mercantile Exchange. It's the world's largest trading center for precious metals and commodity options futures. A spot and futures trading center in New York, but owned by the CME Group. That's COMEX, so the international gold price per ounce we often mention is the COMEX price. It is a private institution. Behind it are individuals and families, the old money families of the East Coast, the old money families of London, so it's naturally hostile to these emerging forces in the market. Ups and downs, this kind of war isn't something that ends in a day or two, because looking at that line today, I knew COMEX had made its move. The Fed stepped in. It's the same old Hunt Brothers drama playing out again. Without their intervention, you wouldn't see a line like that. Why? Because the trading and banking desks couldn't hold on any longer. If they hadn't acted, some banks would have gone bankrupt. Simple as that. The exchange would run out of physical stock and default. Understand? So they had to knock you all out of the game. Today, COMEX didn't have enough physical silver to settle with the longs. And COMEX has shorts behind it. Many US banks have their money tied up there. If they didn't crush the silver price, US banks would fail, and COMEX would too, because they have no stock. Because it means COMEX can't hold out anymore. It's those old money, old financial families in London and New York that can't hold out. So why do they have to hold out? Because they're market makers, you see. Gold prices have market makers, and so does silver. So when they have nothing left to deliver, if you keep pushing, you'll push them into bankruptcy. Today's silver crash of 20 or 30% is nothing. I'm telling you, it's absolutely nothing. Watch my lips, it's nothing. Not at all. Some say it's the biggest in history, but you clearly haven't seen history. You call a 20, 30, or 50% drop in silver history? Silver's history is an 80% drop. Silver went from 100 down to 80, down to 20, from 50 down to $10. Why? Because it's the exact same situation as today. Nowadays, any financial expert who doesn't mention this doesn't understand real gold and silver. Why is silver leading the drop? Because unlike gold, silver is a vital industrial raw material. There's a massive demand for physical silver. So COMEX always keeps physical silver stockpiled for actual physical delivery. And during last month's silver bull market, the silver long positions in COMEX New York with physical delivery demands far exceeded COMEX's inventory. Its inventory is silver bullion. Let me ask you, if you were the owner of the exchange, say you have, for example, 5,000 tons of physical silver, you're not worried. Why? Because in a year, only about 4,800 or 4,500 tons go through you. You know the score. It's always been like that. Then suddenly, financial demand appears. This didn't exist before because it's an industrial product. It used to be just an industrial product and financial demand was negligible. Suddenly, financial demand takes the lead and it's 10 or 100 times the commodity demand. At this point, your 5,000 tons of silver for example, it's not 5,000 tons, just an example, buy orders for 500,000 tons appear for your 5,000 tons of silver. What do? I'm asking you, do you deliver? Can you even deliver? Can you afford to deliver? What would you deliver? So he has to use leverage to tempt you and blow up your account. And if they can't blow up the accounts, they'll change the rules. Only selling allowed, no buying. Truth, everyone. Remember this. First, never believe in the institutional prestige of paper money. Paper money can turn on you in an instant and act like a total rogue. Don't believe in this piece of paper called the US dollar. It is what it is. It's not God. It's human. Real gold and silver are always safe havens for wealth and true investment targets. So real gold and silver are always the safe havens for the world's truly wealthy families. They hold it all. If we were wrong, why did Rockefeller, the Fed, and the COMEX exchange join forces to wipe out those Texas upstarts? Second, if your assets exceed $1 billion or $100 million, you should have at least 10% in real gold and silver in today's chaotic times and the chaos before the 1980s, before 1979, not margin futures. Not margin futures. Futures can have their rules changed at any time. That's not real gold and silver. Third, never use leverage. The only way to beat these big sharks and old money is to pay in full and carry no debt. Because real gold and silver is a financial arena and gamble that even the world's top billionaires can't control. Because without leverage, it becomes real gold and silver. If you use leverage, take loans, or use margin, what are you doing? I see people using 10, 20, even 50 times leverage. Before Zhang Yixing went bankrupt, he used 50 times leverage. I'm telling you, the big crocodiles will swallow you whole. That's just stupid. Fourth, the world is diverse and full of multidimensional information. You never know which corner a crocodile or a challenger is hiding in. Even Wall Street and the establishment's deep state don't know. So don't be so superstitious. Spot it, hold it, and stop looking. If it drops, let it drop. Who cares? Then it won't drop anymore. Large gold bars. Even China has 1,000 tons in United States hands. China's gold reserves are over 2,000 tons, maybe 2,650. 800 tons are in the United States. When Zhu Rongji was in power, China had 800 tons of gold reserves. Well, because of United States-China integration, China shipped it to the United States for storage. Now they can't get it back. Of course, Americans don't default. They say, it's here, don't worry. Can I see it? No. Can I take it back? No. Then, can you take a photo for me? No. Sorry, no. Even Germany's gold. Don't look at those stats, like Germany has 2,000 tons or the United Kingdom has whatever. Don't believe it. It's all in United States hands. Read my lips. It's all in United States hands. They don't keep it themselves. This is a true story. It's a place called Fort Knox. The United States put the gold reserves of major countries there. Not only is China not allowed to see it, but recently, after President Trump's first term, Germany wanted to see theirs. Germany's 2,000 plus tons are also there. Germany said, let me go take a look. Germany said, just a peek. The German chancellor at the time, she was a woman, she wanted to take a look. Sorry, they wouldn't let her see it. Damn, that's the United States for you. No one is such a bully. My stuff is stored with you and I can't even look? No way. What if you lose it? What if it melts? So they won't let them see. Do you remember when Trump was campaigning, he and Musk said they'd form the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, to first audit the gold reserves in that vault? Remember Musk? He talked about it everywhere. But do you think Musk dares to go? Elon Musk, the richest man in America today, a guy who can send giant rockets to Mars. A guy whose Starlink influences the war in Ukraine, yet he doesn't dare audit Fort Knox's gold reserves. He said he'd audit it. He said, if I become a secretary, I'll go. Well, he was dismissed, so he never went. Because he's very smart, too. The survival instinct is very strong. Go check it out. Do you think that's the Communist Party's granary? It catches fire as soon as it's inspected. True gold fears no fire. You go check, it's not on fire. You're the one on fire. When I say gold could rise to 40,000 or 50,000, there's a premise. I'm saying if US debt can't be shed, if I were president, I wouldn't use digital currency to dump it. Since the US holds the bulk of gold, I'd hike the gold price. gold jumps 10 times, resolving debt means the dollar drops 10 times, rising to 40 or 50,000. Since the US Treasury has 8,000 tons of gold reserves, I'd dump my debt instantly. Ah, that's how I'd play it, and you can't do a thing. Are you selling? If you sell, I'll take it. If you sell, I'll take it. Because you don't have gold, how can you sell? If that's the case, how high could it go? It's the price of gold before World War II. Relative to the US GDP in a normal price ratio, if we deduce theoretically, it should rise to that level. Without the Bretton Woods system interference, if it stayed in a gold state, it should have risen to that level. I calculated that level to be 10,836, 10,836. Ah, never use leverage. Eat only what your mouth can hold, digest only what your stomach can handle. Don't try to get fat in a single bite. Don't try to take any damn shortcuts. Every shortcut in this world has an ambush waiting.